Hello, hello, hello. Here is a first story I want to share with you. And actually, the story comes because I just hang up with the phone with this man that I kept his phone number. I mean, talking about a stalker right now. It's just, I'll tell you in a minute here why I kept his phone number. And I said today, finally, I'm going to call this guy because I kept staring at his phone number. It's been 2 years. This phone number has been 2 years right there in my car, and I make sure I never lost this number with his name and his phone number. And so anyway, his name is Joseph. At the time, this was a couple years ago. Yeah, 2019, end of 2019. That's when I started working as a waitress, and this place that I worked was called Farm Burger, and great grass-fed meat. If you ever try, if you're in Atlanta, go ahead and try it. They have a few other locations, but anyway, and they serve just a few options of alcohol in like wine and beer. It's not like a liquor place or anything like that. But this gentleman has a great sense of humor. I mean, phenomenal sense of humor, in his late 60s at the time. And today I just learned that he's turning 70 this year, and so on, so on. So, we make, laugh quite a bit at the bar. And then he comes back another day. It was a pretty busy lunchtime. I think it was a Friday. I only worked on the weekends, kind of thing. And he says, "Did you find my hat?" And I said, "No, went around and haven't found his hat." He had come back, and I could see that he was very upset about the hat. Okay, and he was sitting at the bar, at the end of the bar, and he's quiet. I turned around, came behind him, and I says, "Joseph, you want to tell me what? There is something about this hat. What about this hat is so important to you?" And he goes on to tell me that this hat was very important to him because had been 20 years past. He had a heart surgery, and these people, I think it was Northside Hospital or Emory Hospital, one of those, had basically saved his life. And he has always carried his this hat with him. So, and I'm talking to here, I remember seeing his ears get tears, as he's telling me the story. And here I am as a health and wellness coach. I'm building the same kind of emotions because I can definitely feel. And that's when I actually said, if we find the hat, I'll give, I can call you. So he gave me his number back then. So I kept his number. Okay. Anyway, he came back, another time, and and I asked him first thing, "Joseph, you found your hat?" And he says, "No, I have not found my hat." And his head going down and all that. I talked to him, about the hat situation and all that kind of stuff. But then it turned to be a kind of a very fun next 2 hours with this guy at the bar, because he started telling me he started dating this chick. He found that woman in social media, whatever, and he started telling me all this ins and outs of this date that this woman. Oh my god, this woman is actually, they are sharing some parts of themselves in pictures and shit, and he's like, "I told her that I'm coming here," and I'm like, "Oh, maybe I'll meet her," you know and all that kind of stuff. And he is really says, "I don't know if she's gonna come." And I said, "Well, that would be nice." And he sat there, and he texted her, and I said, "Well, is she coming?" So I'm not responding. She said a few things here and there eventually, and I'm start guiding this man how to what to say to her on the text message, and goes on back and forth, and we start involving like the other people at the restaurant. It was so much fun, he was there for a couple hours. The lady never showed, and then I never, he never returned. He never returned to the shop, and then I left. Um, but it's something that I kept his number, and I if I were, there's been countless times that I meant to call this man. So I called. I called just before doing this video over here, and I call and says, "That Joseph?" "Yes, that's Joseph." And then I start telling, "I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Maria," and blah, blah, blah. I start telling me the stories. And I said, "Do you remember any of that?" He says, "Oh my God, I don't know what to say." And obviously, The guy couldn't remember. And I says, that's all cool. I told him. And I told him all this stuff. And then we got into different conversations, and he still's making me laugh. He's got a great sense of humor. Um, and he says, you seem like to be a great person that I should hang out with. And I says, you know what? We should do that, you know? And let me make a note over here to call you another time so we can go to Farm Burger and have a grass-fed meat and lunch again, or any other place. And so there you go. I mean, look, I feel, I don't know, I feel happy and relieved in a way that I called this man after seeing this number for so freaking long and telling me call him. I don't know, there was some anxiety for a while, about what happened to Joseph. And today I said, don't do that to yourself. Just when you feel something, when you want to do something, you stop postponing. It's just a 10-minute conversation. It was a great conversation. Hey, and he's like, I'm so glad you called. And he does not remember who I am, at least from the name or from the situation. Maybe if he sees me, it doesn't matter, folks. It doesn't matter, because it's people, it's connection. And, this whole thing made me smile again. And I know that I put a smile on his face because we also laugh on the phone. So anyway, that's one little story I wanted to share about this waitressing thing. That's a cool one. And whenever I meet with Joseph, I will tell you more about it. Or maybe I even do a video with him over here, and he would crack up, I'm sure. Go ahead and have a wonderful day, and I talk to you later. Bye-bye.